I don't know why I've started opening up in a void. It's as if this scene is just a little bit broken. There we go. I mean, it catches up. It's just very, very slow. All right, hello there. Let's get some music playing. Before we kick off, I want to just try something. So we're going to go here. And again, we get the little white void. I kind of know what it is, but I don't know why it is doing what it's doing. So it'd be nice if it could go though, because I was going to say I do need to use that space. What I'm thinking of doing is just sorting out a minor problem. So if I go 1.5 here, just for argument's sake. Yeah, if I press this button I'm pressing, you guys can't see a difference, which is good for me. But what I'm going to do, I won't move this camera. And yet there's only one way I can do that, and that's just using GAC a minute. Because the biggest issue I found with this screen the other day is you can't see a damn thing. At least when it comes to that bottom team. So I'm thinking, let's just reposition this over here. Like that. And I'm still on screen, but you've got better access to what's going on. The downside is, if I then back out of this, and let's just pop in the GC a second. The buttons are kind of hidden at this point. I would say not that badly hidden, but like you can't see the event ability for argument's sake. So what I was thinking is I can set it up so that I can move this a bit more freely. So if I go... let me find the button I need. I essentially need a switch. Or maybe I do just need a multi-action switch. Yeah, that might do what I need it to do, which is essentially go into OBS. We go on scenes and we go, right now it's testing 1.5, and we'll call this cam left. And then on this side, and then we got 1.5, and that is cam right. So in theory, for you guys, if I press this button, it's a very simple action, but it just means I can move it based on whether we're in the battle or whether you want to see my loadout, or what? Not my loadout, my roster. So let me just title that appropriately. This is cam left, and then that is cam right. There we go. And it switches as I need it, which is kind of cool. So, very small thing. Didn't really need to do it on stream, but I was thinking about it while the titles were loading. I thought I don't want to crash the stream trying to do it during the titles, so I might as well show people what I'm doing. All right, so for those of you who don't have an interest in streamy things, thank you for your patience. We're going to just crack on here a minute. We've obviously just seen that score, so that's a bit alarming. In the meantime, let's hit Cunning. Now, a little heads up for those of you who didn't know, the Leviathan change is already kicked in. So if I just click on this one for a second and we go to the unique, where will it be? Here we go. Galactic Republic, Jedi, and Rebel enemies can't assist or attack again if their attack is targeting a Sith. So, yeah, I was dopey. I didn't change my defense in fleet. So my opponent's got a good chance of beating me. just based on the fact that if they've set more than I can cope with, yeah, I'm going to be in trouble. So I may need to adjust for round 2 this week. I say may, yeah, probably. There we go, just put this back on. Okay, Scimitar comes in. We full auto. So yeah, I really don't know what I'm going to do with Fleet, because if they've set Leviathan, I'm kind of boned. I may be able to do Endurance, because I did see Big Simp Connor put a video out last night, and he was showing that even though it's not as he used to point at the 99% counter now, it can still work. It's just a lot more difficult. So my thought process is, if we did face a Leviathan, I could do that and aim to clean up. But that is not ideal. It's really not nice though, is it? I mean, I don't think it was needed to nerf... If you take them at the face value, I don't think it was needed to nerf quantity against Leviathan. Because even though Leviathan is the top ship in the meta, if you talk about the release date, it's been out long enough that you could argue that a new ship coming in is allowed to shake up the meta, even if there's a marquee. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that tweak. I mean, to be fair, I like my rebels, so I'm not for anything that nerfs rebels. But yeah, I just think it was a bit uncalled for. Because it does feel like the only things now that counter it are Executor and Mirror, and maybe at best Endurance with a bit of a good RNG. Good afternoon, Geek. How you doing? Oh, Lady Geek. Let's use your full title. But yeah, I'm just rattling off my thoughts on Leviathan, and I genuinely don't know what I'm going to be doing today. If I face one, that is. I was going to say I could have tipped my hat to you. But yeah, I feel like they've created a mess without really offering us a solution, unless the B-Wing is coming in and offers that solution. Maybe there could be something that would increase the viability of profundity against Leviathan without needing assists. That would be quite a shock, but I'm wondering if it was genuine that they thought, all right, it will absolutely murder Leviathan if we don't nerf it, so we've got to bring it down just so that at least it's a fair fight. We'd have to see the B-Wing kit for that, but yeah. I said it before, I really like my rebels, so I don't like seeing them get hit like that. We got any goodies? Anything that could be worth picking up while we're just killing a few minutes? Yeah, we don't want to pay that. I don't know what the new FDCs are. They haven't been released yet, I bet, have they? Ooh. Didn't mean click that. Yeah, we got all the 9s, but nothing FDC related. Yeah, that's a salty one. So maybe it's here if... Okay, so focused Adrad. Let's have a look at that. At the start of the encounter, if Admiral Radis is the ally in the leader slot and all of our allies are Rogue One, inflict defense down exposed for 2 turns. When Adrad uses a basic ability, he calls another Rogue One ally to assist. Adrad can't be defeated by K2S, so is active. Okay. Bit of a surprise. 12, so K2SO, if he attacks out a turn, he deals 150% bonus damage. I mean, it's a tank, but still it's a lot. Inflicts offense down, healing immunity for 1 turn. If he loses taunt, he removes 50% turn meter from all enemies and inflicts blind on them, which can't be evaded or resisted. That's pretty big. 9 is Jin. If she critically hits, she gains crit damage, death pen, offense. Fair enough. Rogue One, if they haven't taken damage since the last turn, they gain crit chance up and offense up for 1 turn. Not the biggest thing. What about the level 3? Light side allies have 100% critical chance while attacking at a turn. There's going to be a lot of attacks at a turn in principle with this team, so that could be interesting, but I'd have been more interested if it was like crit damage or crit, even offense. Crit chance is kind of eh. I mean, it does have benefits with Jin. I'm sure there's stuff in her kit where she does like to crit. So, and I need to look up Jin again. It's been a while since I've delved into her kit. But, yeah, it's interesting. I don't think it's going to be overpowered, but it's interesting. Right, so we've got level 15 here. Iden Versio. At the start of the encounter, Iden taunts, which can't be dispelled or prevented until she is defeated. Whenever a non-droid Imperial Trooper is defeated, she taunts, which can't be dispelled or prevented. So we've seen this one before, but it still could be annoying. The 12 is range. This time range is defeated if there is 1 active ally. Okay, so range is getting the Barris Kron, essentially. Stormtrooper is 9. Reflect 50% of the damage back onto the attacker's true damage. That's could be annoying with Stormtrooper, to be fair. You know, being a tank, you know. 6 is whenever Imperial Trooper allies are revived, which we've seen can happen. They gain 25% turn meter, protection over time, reduce the cooldowns by 1. All allies recover 50% health and protection, dispel all buffs on all enemies, and inflict buff immunity on them. You know, I could imagine there being a situation where that would actually be kind of interesting, because say there is a team where you struggle to land debuffs like that. Maybe saying that there's no cannot be resisted, so it's less interesting. When the Dark Side ally uses special ability, they gain evasion up, health steal up, and health up. I didn't actually check, by the way, but did it say what the stats are? No. I would look at them, but I can't really be bothered going that far in. Let's see. We've got Adrad Darkside. What's the Jawa one? Engineer. At the start of Engineer's turns, they reset the cooldowns, lose 5% health for each turn. Okay, that looks very meh. 6 is Nabbit. Whenever he calls allies to assist, he recovers health and protection for each ally that assists. All of our Jawa allies recover 5% health and protection. And whenever an enemy is inflicted with a thermal detonator, there's a 50% chance to inflict an additional thermal detonator. Okay, so that's bland. Level 3, at the start of the battle, Jawas gain 100% bonus protection. I'm curious if this is Shutagawa, if that's what it's called. I mean, that could make it worthwhile. The 3 is good enough to make the 6 and the 9 just icing. But I don't know if it'll make the Jawas meta relevant. Interesting, though. Again, stats could make any of these viable, I guess. 15 is Trench. We've seen that one before, I'm sure. The 12 is Django. Whenever another ally uses an ability on their turn, Django assists. Fair enough, that one could be quite frustrating. The 9, Gunray, gains 15% turn meter whenever other allies use a special ability on their turn. So that one could be very good for Newt, so he keeps getting turns for extortion. 6, Dooku, whenever an enemy is stunned, Count Dooku takes a bonus turn. That one could be very good for him. And 3, at the end of the turn, Separatist allies gain death pen up and offense up for 1 turn. That's meh, but it could be okay. Yeah, out of these focused, I think I'd go that for the Seppies looks the number 1. The dark side was the Imps. I think that could potentially be number 2. Adrad 3 and Jar was 4. Interesting though. Then I've been known to get things wrong before. I was putting Hoda ahead of Darkside Ray in that set. So, yeah. And it's funny, those two are very, very important, you know, and I'm not knocking either. But the fact that the Krennic Cron is 3rd, despite it being one of the best focus data crons we've had, it's a sign of how broken those two were. Okay, let's do... Where's my mouse? There it is. I like that trench one as well, because I haven't got a relic trench on this account. Oh, sorry, on my main account, not this account, my main account. And I keep saying to myself, oh, you know, I can't really make use of trench. So I like the idea that I could use that cron this time. You know, obviously it'd be a good incentive to work on trench a bit at some point, but I like the idea that it's usable without having to build him up. Maybe just as a slimy backwall trip team. I'm not sure if Adrad will end up being relevant enough. I mean, it has been a good cron when it's been out before. I don't think it's the same cron, but similar anyway. But I'm not sure if it will be relevant enough to sort of push its way in ahead of, say, using Adrad and Jim with Leia. But again, the thought is there for the 3s, if anything, because there were 3 names listed, so you could definitely create a 3v3 team with it. I'm just amusing myself at the thought of trying Rolo Cron again. Well, not Rolo Cron, but Rolo against Adrad. I missed that counter. And the fact I did see crit chance on that Rogue One Cron, it's like, maybe I could just give that to Rolo. I think that's the reason I love that team, just the fact that it was such a cheap counter to what at the time was relatively a new character like Adrad. It's just a shame the whole thing faded. Okay, just marking some Discordy things off because I don't like red buttons on there if I can help it. But yeah, we're all done here, so let's go over to Temmin. Oh, I'm in the void again. There it goes. I do get it. It's the idea that everything's refreshing a little bit, but it's like, speed up a touch. Just a touch. If it's any consolation, Sop, I didn't take Leviathan or Executor off defense, so we could be having a moment ourselves shortly. How are you doing? Well, how are you doing in general? That, I imagine, is frustrating. I can't relate entirely. I went 1-2 last week and I just barely scraped through on Temmin with a 4-banner win. So yeah, I'm certainly not feeling that kind of tension, shall we say? Is it doing work for you on defense? I suppose that's the question. If it's not doing work on defense, then yeah, you need to get it on offense as quick as you can. Where am I in fleet? 15th. Oh, wow. We've got a bit of climbing to do. Ah, okay. So if you need it on offense, you might as well put some trash back there. That is indeed. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, so I've seen a message from Temmin's guild here, right? And they're asking for some bumps in relics. And the message was, if you can spare the upgrades, unless you're prioritizing GL Honda or Jedi Master Mace Windu. And to be fair, I am doing that. Yeah, I can't help but look and think, do I just chip in to help? Because it's like, I can see here, there's a Dapbob Bulba for Relic 8, which I've got at 7, so it's a very short bump for me. And I've got there's a Star Killer requested, which again is a relic bump for me. So even though it's not a cheap upgrade, it's like, maybe I could just do that chip in and, you know. It only set me back a little bit. Also, new Decron set is interesting. When Rey gains ultimate charge, gain extra ultimate charge. Yeah, it's 6%, isn't it? I've just been going through the focus datacrons. I don't think they're as potent as the set that's expiring, so that's good. I don't think there's anything like the level 3 Rolo either, so that's kind of good. I think they're all very skippable if you weren't interested in datacrons, let's say that. But I think if you've got the teams, they could benefit them. Yeah, I noticed that one. My free-to-play only has a Relic 3 Special Forces, so I may have to bump up the relics there a touch. No, hang on, I have just realised this. Let me just get the TP map up a second. I misread it. Yeah, I misread it. I've got enough to take... I could afford to take something up to R8 reasonably alright, but R9, that's a push. So yeah, they're after a R9 Star Killer. That's like... I don't think I can afford that right now. It's a shame. I would like to contribute though. You know, I don't like sitting back and not chipping in, especially for stuff like TP. Mix to 350. Let's just see. Did they know about that? You don't think Dark Ray was out last time the Datacron was available? Should be interesting with Dark Ray and Bulk on Slacker team. Yeah, she wasn't. If anything, at the time, that was elevating the team. So then Dark Ray came out and it was like, okay, she's just the lifter. So it's going to be interesting that we've just had this Dark Ray Cron and now another one's coming out that could be a bit annoying. I'm hoping it isn't as bad on defense. I mean, to be honest, I don't think it could be. It's going to be good. It's certainly going to buff the team again, but I don't think it's going to do that much, you know? Watch me struggle every week against it now I say that. Yeah, I'm hoping that he does. I feel like he's had enough time on defense now. I'm like, can we just shift things around a bit? I mean, just looking at the focus data crons, I feel like the one you probably should go for. I'm ignoring stats, by the way, because I haven't seen them. I'm just going for the abilities. The Seppi one looks great with Trench, Dooku, Newt. That looks... Oh, and Django. They all look great there, so that for me is brilliant. The next one after that I said was possibly Imperial Troopers, just depending on if it can elevate them a bit, because there was a revive in there, you think. If it helps them take something down that maybe could get a hit in on them, but then they can come back and regain the TM train, that's not bad. The other one that was in my head after that was Adrad. I've only put that one so low because I'm not sure it'll take Adrad and Jin away from Leia. But in threes, maybe Adrad, Jin, and K2 could be a good 3v3 team. And then the Jawas go forth. I mean, I think it could be good for the Jawas, but the Jawas, you know, I would be surprised if they suddenly become a meta menace. Seabane versus Leia. I've not seen that too much, to be honest. So, yeah, I'd have to see a few more fights to know how that one goes, but I would assume it should work. Yeah, I mean, if anything, I think if there's a reason to build focus data crons, it's the stats. You know, I mean, on this one, even though it was a bit of an awkward one, I did push Sortie recently up to level 8 just so that I could get all the stats for that. I've got a few level 0s here. I'm thinking, can I push them up? Yeah, I need to get some more of these. I'm a little bit broke. I'll hold off doing that because it's going to take a bit to get to level 3, but that's my aim anyway. See if we can just get the stats from them at least. Because I think the biggest thing about a focus datacron, the stats are nice no matter what cron it is. But for me, say I'm looking at someone's guide on how to do a counter. If they're using a focus datacron, I know I can replicate that counter as long as I've got the speeds right. Whereas when it's another datacron, it's like, okay, so I've got to try and aim for 200% defense, and it's like, if I can't hit that, I might be screwed. So it's like when Bane was doing things with Zalbar, I missed on that gravy train because that Zalbar cron was really nice. Yeah, I didn't have access to it, and I couldn't replicate those stats either. So it's where in my head I'm trying to just keep switched on with that side of the game, despite not actually looking at them this time. Okay. I got my raid rewards last night. Or this morning, one to two. Generally don't know what to spend them on at the moment, so I'm just holding. I've got like a list somewhere, but I don't want to just buy blind. Yeah, I want more Datacrons. Not Datacrons, sorry, Omicrons. I've got one more I've said I would do when I joined this guild. And then I can kind of get back onto the GAC train. But I'm also aware that there's probably one or two more that, even though they weren't asked of me for PW, it might be beneficial going for them just to give that option for if they want me to put something down. So I've got to just weigh that up a little bit. I'll probably make my mind up there when we've done the next set of TWs and I'm like, okay, is there certain teams that do get that regularly or get used on offense regularly, and I'm like, I'm missing this, so if I get this, I can contribute either way. All right, we have got the battle. I don't know what I was refreshing for. Let's go. I had my first playthrough of Zepho today as well. That was quite interesting as far as... Yeah, I hadn't actually seen a lot of playthroughs of it, so I was going in relatively blind. The one where you've got the open CM, I did lose that pretty badly, but I couldn't remember the exact mechanics, so I was kind of making it up a bit as I was going along. But I improved a bit. I did get the clone mission done, which was nice. I feel like the Lights I Do Foo's one I could do with just seeing if there is a strategy, because I got blown out of the water in the second wave there. Okay, that wasn't nice. Oh, I did that the wrong way round. I should have... that's fine, but I didn't mean to do that. I should have stunned Xanadu and then insta-killed Razor, but it was a minor misplay. Okay. All right, we aren't going into actual GAC yet, but I do want to just change this before I forget. I'm trying to think what the best strategy might be. I feel like Leviathan has to be set now because you've got to force an opponent to use their Executor on it. Maybe I remove Prof as well. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to take a look at something. I say that because I might not see any messages for a second. Oh. Not sure why the music stopped. All right, let me just skip to here. Right, even though this is a little bit out of date, I was trying to find what it was that Vex had faced recently, and this isn't the one I was thinking of. Mace still beats Levy tested in the arena. Mace doesn't rely on assist, so buff doesn't hurt it. I have seen that. I saw Big Sim Connor do a video yesterday on it. So I'm essentially just trying to make sure, if anything, that Executor isn't on defense. That was where my head was going. I don't like the idea of Prof just being able to clear it so easily now. I suppose I could go triple meta offense. Take all 3 off defense and just switch it up. It does start next week, true. Yeah, that's the one I was after, if anything. I won't place that regardless. I think that could be quite helpful. Right, so offhand, I don't know what the other 2 ships are, but I'm assuming they'll be listed on here. Titan Defender? I'm surprised at that. I'd have thought the aim would be to get Defender out early. Or is that it? That Defender comes out as a priority ahead of Scythe? Because they get such a head start. All right, so let me just go through it like this in my head. Say Executor could do that, or until, well, actually, Prof couldn't do it now, so it'd be Executor. Prof couldn't comfortably do that, I would hope, if that's the right team and lineup and whatnot. So from there, I'm after something that would also be not nice to Prof, so really it's Geo's, isn't it? I'll say Geo's Mal. I mean, that leaves me... Just click here a sec. That leaves me Prof, Executor, and Negotiator on offense, so that's not bad. Yeah, and it'll nick banners at worst. Alright, we'll give that a go for the rest of the week. Joshua, hello there. You don't get why they pay you someone over 8 million GP when you're only 3.5. It's been one of the biggest complaints I've heard for a long time, that the matchmaking is a little bit broken. And for the record, it's not just yourself. If I just go back into Grand Arena a second, you're getting faced 8 mil as a 3.5. If we go right to the very top of the game, and I'm going to have a very quick look, but I assume this Dr. Rix, this guy's 6.9 million, and he could be up against Tass, who's been number 1 in the game at 16.2. There is something wrong with matchmaking at the moment where people like this Dr. Rix is ending up in Kyber 1, and then you've got yourself where there are players who really shouldn't be where they are, facing people like yourself. As an answer, I don't really know. I'm hoping that when they said there's going to be an update before the end of the year, I'm hoping that it addresses that. Because it'd be nice if, you face opponents that you feel you can beat more often. And for someone like Tass, he's getting regular competition rather than facing someone that can pretty much one-shot every time. I don't think the old system was better, but I think it had better moments. I think it's kind of got stuck now, and my personal opinion is with the current system, it just needs a reset. Everyone needs to be... Like, when they brought the new system in, they essentially did the skill rating, didn't they? Or not skill rating. They did, but that wasn't what I was thinking. They did the Legacy Championship score, didn't they? And they positioned people based off that. I feel like they need to go back to that. And essentially, maybe reset the actual Legacy score. If I was to set it at 742,000, it might not reflect what I've done the time since. But I do think they need to go back to that kind of point where it's like, can we just have a little bit better balance there? Try and negate so that people are facing people who should be facing. And I think resetting that score, or at least updating it might work out. I mean, I wouldn't mind if I dropped to, say, Kyber 5 for a while if it meant that everyone was facing who they should be. You know what I mean? Whenever you open up their roster and see you're over 5 GLs when I have 0, just close the game. I cannot blame you there. That would be demoralizing. I mean, if it's worth anything, I have been in those shoes before. It's a while ago now for me, because the 2 accounts have got a lot of Galactic Legends, but besides that, the one I'm thinking of, this account here, I didn't have a GL on this account, and I was regularly facing GLs on it, and I know that feeling. It was demoralizing. I didn't keep up with it, as you can tell. I actually gave it away. And yeah, I got as far as Chromium 5 before I packed it in. So I can respect why it's bad, why it's demoralizing. But the only thing I can say, I just hope that it's something that's going to get looked at. It's where I respect why Meathead and those who can be vocal as developers or members of the development team, I recognise why they don't speak out on things, but it would be nice if they could at least acknowledge that, because I think the lack of acknowledgement scares people, especially me when I'm trying to, feed a bit of optimism on the topic, and it's like, yeah, we're just going to keep quiet on this, and then hopefully we can get around to it at some point. It's like, can we prioritise it a bit, please, rather than something that we probably didn't want? Only OP I have is Wampa with a level 8 Datacron, no Omicron yet. They put me in 5v5 anyway. Without the Omicron, you're definitely going to struggle. The Omicron will really help, though, because that could take out a Jabba, for instance. I think you can take out a few other GLs as well, but I've not tried that. So yeah, definitely worth getting that Omicron when you can. You see, the old one, I feel like it was very much... It felt very... How do I phrase it? La-di-da. That's the only way I can describe it. Like, if you wanted to do it, you could do it. If you didn't want to do it, you didn't want to do it. It was very opt-in, opt-out. Whereas I feel like this one, it really does encourage people to play Grand Arena. If you don't play, you don't get crystals. And for me, I think that's been the biggest positive change they've done for it. But when you've got the matchmaking as it is, it really can negatively impact people's experience because of the crystals. So it's a balancing act they need to work on for sure, because it's not right. You see, I can't help it. When Datacrons came out, I actually stopped playing the game for a month because I felt like it was such a bad change. But they have made improvements to the system, so I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't say I've changed my mind on it. I think, if anything, it's kept the meta alive for the most part. You know, they might bring out new characters, but if they didn't have data crunch, you wouldn't be using certain characters at all. Like, we've been talking about Trench for a little bit today, and I wouldn't use Trench at all if it wasn't for the fact that he's got a data cron. Now it's like, ooh, I might actually use him. You know, and for that, I like it. I know the argument could be, well, why not give him a rework? But how I view it, a rework is something that would be, it would constantly have to keep happening. You know what I mean? You'd have to constantly update kits. Whereas a Datacron can just give that little meta bounce that just shifts things around a little bit, and then it's fine if it goes away for a bit. Again, I can see both sides of why they can be frustrating, but I feel like I have been won over a fair bit. Now, I'm going to be honest, Josh, I have not actually seen that Datacron myself in terms of if it's done any good or not. I may have... Oh, hang on, I'm saying that. I may actually be facing it today. Hang on. Is this Temmin or Crimson? Temmin. Yeah, there's a possibility they were going to place the Vadercron on the front wall. I vaguely remember it when I was doing my planning. But it looks, based on the history, like this is what they're going with, so I've gone with that. But yeah, I couldn't even comment in terms of how good or bad it might be depending on where you're on the game, because I quite literally have not seen anything of it other than it's used as a stat bump. So, yeah, I'm guessing it must have been rough, just based on what you've said, but I'm a little surprised at that as well, for the fact that, again, I only saw it in 3s, but it didn't seem good even then. I suppose it all depends what people have got. I'm guessing the speed bumps from the leadership, not the leadership, the unique may have kicked in, because if you're taking in Phoenix and they've got a full team of Empire, Vader's unique has really gone ramp. I mean, what is it? It's been a while since I had to do the numbers, but here we go, 8 speed. So you've got 40 for your own side plus another 8 for Vader, so that's 48 for Vader. Sorry, 48 just from your team. And then a full team of rebels on the other side is another 40. Assuming you bought Kanan and Ezra, or maybe just Kanan, then that's 48 for that side. That's 96 speed for Vader alone. Yeah, that was a rough one to try, I'll admit. Even if the Vader was like, I don't know, base mods, it probably would have had a mass speed jump. I mean, what is he? 141, so yeah, it'd have been still about 230-ish. It still would have been slow, but it would have been manageable without mods. But yeah, with mods, woo. Oh yeah, of course, you don't need relics. That is definitely a thing with it being a focus Datacron. I did forget that. Wouldn't mind, I'd only been talking about it a few minutes ago with Trench. Alright, anyway. I'm going to crack on with my own. I don't know what this guy's name is. Shall we find out? For sure, I can definitely understand the frustration. I mean, it's more that thing of... I play Marvel Snap, and essentially with that as a card game, you're trying to calculate the points to win a location. And the number of times people just go, oh, I'm just going to wing it and hope I've got enough. You know, and I can imagine sometimes with beads, it's a bit like that in SWGOH, you know, as far as... Sometimes you don't want to do the calculation, you just want to run with it and see what it is. So I can get that. Sometimes actually doing the calculation is more hassle than actually, you know, try and play it out. All right, we're up against Pinocchio, apparently. Russian. Okay. Yeah, so based on the two teams, that would be 48 speed per team. So, it'd be 48 speed Vader per team. So yeah, 96 speed on top of anything else he might be getting in terms of like... Via's lead wouldn't be kicking in because he's the lead. But he gets Tiami obviously from allies and all that lot. So yeah, that definitely would have been a bit of a bump for him. Yeah, I haven't done videos on Snap for a bit, but I've been playing the game since. I felt like I needed to step back when they started doing all the Kid Omega stuff recently. But give them the due, they've made some positive changes since then, so I'm back on board with them a little bit, even if I'm keeping them at arm's length a little bit. You know, I try not to knock anyone just willy-nilly. I do try to at least be balanced. But, yeah, they had a bad moment for sure. All right, let's get this on. Let's show you what the compare is. So, Temmin. Actually, zoom in. That'd be nice for you guys. There we go. So, Temmin's just over 13 million. And Pinocchio is 13.1, so not far between us. Data's 349 to 366. Omicrons, I'm 2 behind, 57 to 59. As seems to always be the case, 8 GLs to 9. Rally's 272 to 229, so I'm actually happy at that. Rally 9s, we're behind by 18, 12 to 30. Rally 8's 19 to 42. But with the Rally numbers, I'm not surprised that we're ahead on the 7s, 98 to 72, and 97 to 48 on the 5s, so not bad. 25 pluses, 118 to 60. I'm happy at that. 20s were ahead, 357 to 293. We're behind on the 15s, never been too worried about that one. Datacrons were ahead there, so that's good. Hondo's already on the compare, so yeah, we won't be seeing one this week at least. Very fast Slacker, 588. I did try and bump mine up, but I didn't have much luck, I'll admit. Let's see if there's anything else of note. Nothing's screaming out. A bit odd to have 2 health sets on Ben, if that is true. Also a bit odd to have a very fast Tara Malikos. Yeah, a few odd choices, shall we say. Not like game breaking for him, but odd. 359 Ezra, we could do great modders on that. Very fast Mara Jade still as well. Yeah, a few interesting choices there. I'm not sure what I make of them, but they are interesting. Right, let's see what they've done. How relevant are set bonuses and mods? I just learned about them and now tried to chain them so that all mods have the same set bonus. I wouldn't say they're imperative, but they're worth going for. Like, for myself, I pretty much have all my mod loadouts having a pair of mods, so it's like speed set and whatever, or 3 health sets. You know, I always try and make sure it's 4 and a 2 or 3 2s. And it's just because you're better having the bonus than not. But there are these odd occasions where there's a character who really demands a certain speed or a certain stat, and it's like, okay, you can have a broken set if it means that you get that stat. So it's very much situational. I would always default to having the mod sets, and then if you need to break them to get a stat, go for it. But yeah, always try for it. Okay, quick recap. I don't think I've changed anything on defense, but let's just do a quick looky to be sure. I think I've put DTMG on defense this round. Yeah, I don't think it was there last time. No changes here as far as I can see. I was debating putting Mon Mothma in here, but I changed my mind. We have put the level 8 Sorticron on defense, so that's got a chunk of potency, chunk of defense. Hopefully it will scare off any Wampers that think they can come into my playground and smash my bush. Hopefully as well, 321% potency will put them off. Okay, so let's have a look up here. Let's do a compare to the plan. We've got an Ahsoka there. It has got Watt, so that tells me that, yep, Ezra's doing other shenanigans, which we're not happy about. We've got Queen Amidala. That the Krennicron? Nope, so we should be okay in that regard. Lord Vader. And then Balin with... Balin maybe can do JMK Ezra. We're going to have to check the stats, but maybe that's okay. Yeah, that's definitely the fair point about speed mods. Yeah, I mean, again, you always get a bonus from them, so it's always worth chasing it into... I think it's a waste if you don't. But yeah, they are a headache as well, for sure. All right, let's just check this wall. We've got Rey, we've got Jabba, we've got Raver, we've got Slacker. So pretty much all that we were expecting. They haven't got the Raver... they have got a Ravercron, but they haven't got the Ninth Sistercron, so that's an interesting thing. Got Dre. What's this one? Nothing too fancy. But then Zaris. Okay. A little bit surprising that Fulcrum's chilling in here. Paratex are a big gate for sure. I mean, I know for myself, I still feel like I'm gated by it, so I think it'd be a safe thing to say you probably will have that problem. Oh. I mean, I'm up for trying to bait a Greedo. I feel like, you know, I'd love it if you did that one time for what it's worth, T-Max, because I'm not saying that we are close in skill rating, but I bet we are a million miles away. I'd love it if you just dropped something into chat one time and fooled me thinking, right, I might match up with him. A bit like saying Cup increases the odds of Queen Amidala holding on defense, and I'm like, yo, I'll give that a go. Oh, okay, I'll have a chuckle. But yeah, I think this is all looking okay, except for the Balin. I'm assuming Balin has got a chance because it was working in threes with a bit of difficulty, but it was working. Let's just get the zoom back. So let's make sure we've got the actual team on screen so I can see what it's got. Yeah, so there's two Togruta. Oh, two Togruta. There's an Ezreal and a Kenobi. A freshly facelifted Kenobi. Anyone got an opinion on that, by the way? I didn't mind it, but I know a few people have been like... I feel like any actual character model change, people just go, don't like it. I always feel very upset for CG when they do it and they're kind of thinking, all right, this might be something people like, and then they just go, nah, I don't like it. There was probably been like one or two I haven't liked. That's kind of shows where I am. Balin, let's check Balin for this. I want to put on the Vadercron just to give that an idea of what I'm using. Yeah, I like Grievous as well, because it just looked a little bit more... How do I describe it? It looked more detailed in terms of how his innards were sort of exposed. Not something I ever thought I'd say about Grievous, but it did look kind of cool. Not a great sample size, this, is it? Let's just remove General Kenobi from this list and Snips. Just see if it widens it up a bit. 71%. And it's saying dash quite frequently. Oh, okay. That's no problem, Jacker. I will admit, I do struggle to speak slow. I get very excitable, but if you're ever wondering what I'm saying, just feel free to ask. And I don't know if you were just saying that for the chat as well, but I'm sure they understand. No worries, Lady Geek. Go and say thank you very much for stopping by and having a little watch along. Oh, okay. I would never have thought of putting Hondo with Jabba, to be fair. I feel like I need to give this a go. I need to see if it will work, and then I can kind of get on with the rest of my day, as it were. Whereas I'm going to be faffing around thinking, does it work or not? It's on the team I'm facing. Oh, right. Completely. I hadn't seen Hondo there. Yeah, I was like, what? But yeah, thanks for telling me, because I definitely didn't see it. But yeah, I got Afra lined up there anyway, so that's fine. What's my Love Vader counter? Leia. So I've got the Rolo level 3 Datacron on defense. So that's why I use a GL, just to play it safe. Okay. So Josh, when you're say this is your Padme, like say this is your Padme. You don't have a button here, but you have these. Do you have the shards for Padme? Like, are you at 7 stars for Padme? That shouldn't matter now I'm saying that, but I will ask the question anyway. I can't think what would be holding you back. Because you can take... it's like I don't need 7 stars now, obviously, yeah. They're on defense, T-Max. Yeah, they're the ones with the Rolocron. Yeah, I'm actually struggling to think what it could be, because the only thing I can assume is maybe you're in a situation where, a bit like Hu Yang here, I've got the gear, as it were, but I need more of it. So I don't want to apply it, but I could craft that and apply it, but then I wouldn't have enough for this one. That's the only thing I could think maybe it is. Yeah, I think that's what Jacka was just saying. By the way, if anyone's wondering, I've got no idea why I'm hoarding energy at the moment. I just don't feel like I need to spend it urgently, so I thought I'd hoard it. I'm actually kind of just happy to just hold it for a bit. I'm like, maybe I'll get to a GL and it's like, hey, I've got loads of energy. Hey, no worries. I'm gonna say if it helps, it helps. I am extremely anal about order. Like, it's not something you need to do. You could just put them in any order you want, but for some reason I like Shin here and I like Marit there. Right, Vadercron. Crit damage, defense, potency. Let's hope that we can at least get someone out. If you've got Galactic Legend Hondo, it is. All right, is it my turn? And if it's worth anything, I still to this day don't understand why they've done a double drop for people who've already got the Galactic Legend, but hey ho. Mine is not the reason why. Four stacks, 5 on Ezra. I was going to say, Balin, you're not doing a great job of tanking right now. Not liking this. Right, he's got a taunt. Trouble is they can ignore it now. Oh. Okay, Shin's gone. Yeah, Ezra's got that much mastery now. He's going to be a bugger to hit. Yeah, this went away from me very quickly. Okay, I need a plan. Because that did not work. I mean, maybe that was the reason. I don't know for sure. I feel like they put enough incentives with the era battles and whatnot. Yeah, I'll just repeat, Joshua. It's only if you've got the Galactic Legend Hondo. So that is not something you can just take part in. Yeah, it's going to be a bit disappointing if you think you're getting if you've not got Hondo and you're thinking you're getting triple drops. Like, I know I'm not getting them. I know that there was some excitement yesterday about the 212th having a tag on the Hondo event. Yeah, this is what I've been saying. I don't get why they've done double and triple drops for people who've whaled, but yeah, that's what they're doing. Yeah, I'm in a very funny spot here. I'm wondering if I could move Bane somewhere. Like, maybe Bane could do Lord Vader. Or maybe we try see Bane... Oh, maybe we just try Bane on Ahsoka. And give the Great Mothers a start here. Maybe we could get Ezra out. I don't know. A nice chance you're in the chat, are you, Mole? I'm going to say, I don't really know what the strategy would be there. I mean, maybe... I assume we bless Morgan so she doesn't get insta-killed. But because we can't mass assist on Ezra, that is a problem. Yeah, yes. That's why I'm hoping I can get him out with Spirit. And then I could potentially try and clean up JMK with something else. But that's easier said than done. Give this a go. I'm going to wing it. But yeah. Folksy, hello there. How you doing? Let's go for Cat for the Doom for now. Let's just treat it like we would with Jensen in terms of... You know, Jensen's the one you would doom. There we go. That's not an insta-kill. Let's go for Cat. That gives us Frenzy. Okay, still haven't got that out. Am I missing something while we're assisting like crazy? Oh, okay. Just about hanging in there. Okay, good. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, I don't like this. So much going on. Really don't like this. Yeah, okay. I probably should have gone for Ezra. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's just throw that. I'm not too surprised. I really should have gone for Ezra second. I think I was trying to treat it like an Ahsoka battle where essentially you get rid of the supports before Ezra. I think this, just with it being a multi-shot anyway, I think I need to get Ezra out. So, not good. Something I never do. I bought 501st on offense, and I'm thinking maybe this could clean them up. Maybe. Let's just get light side on. Have we got protection? No, we don't want that one. Go for that. Crit damage, that's fine. But yeah, Red 5, hello there. We got Folksy, hello there. I'm doing all right. We're having a bit of a funny moment against this JMK Ezra, but we're doing good. Yeah, that last battle definitely turned against us a little bit at the end. I don't know if Gas can clean this up. but I'm hoping at the very least he can chip away at it because we haven't got the insta-kill to worry about now. But there's still a bit to worry about. I'm not deluded. Right, form up. Pop that onto 5s. Ooh. Alright, my widget panel's just decided to pop up. Freak me out. Alright, so he should take a nap in a minute. Oh, hang on, no, he decided to go for Rex because why the hell not? Okay, 5's down. Ooh, okay, Rex just about hung in there. Let's just go for Kenobi a minute. Oh, GK, I should say. Oh, don't go for him again. Throw the grenade. You get a lot of buffs, so it should ramp up Gas's offense. And I don't want him going for Rex because I want the insta-kill, but I'm not even sure we could land it. That's another issue, because if I'm right, it can be evaded. Right, form up. I want some turns, if anything. Can it be evaded? Yes, so let's just send it there. Get a problem out. Alright, another stun. Can we just work on Snips a minute? I don't like the idea she's just getting no attention here. Okay, we are going to lose Gas in a minute. That's almost certain. Yeah, he's down. And we're going to lose Rex. Okay. Okay. We're taking them down one at a time. Okay, at this point, I'm thinking maybe JMK can clean that up. We do Bogton there. So I'm going to just treat the rest of the GAC like normal from now on. I wouldn't say that problem's dealt with, but maybe it's kind of dealt with-ish. Let's see. Let's go here for now. It's in a position where we can come back to it and hopefully our luck's in. That's the way I'm going to phrase it. All right. Krennicron, thank you. Just checking there was a slacker on defense. All right, AoE. Down goes the Handmaiden. Let's bring it back. Let's get rid of any buffs. I'm very wary of getting Barris out by accident. Okay. That's a little concerning. Just got to keep playing with the devil here. Want that for protection up more than anything. Okay. I'm hoping this doesn't kill Zaris. He's still okay. Okay. Let's do this. All right, and again. Oh, it goes down. Okay. Let's resummon. Days. Face it. Face it. I'm going to miss it as well, Beef. It's honestly been the best cron we've had in terms of every GAC I use it. You know, I know you could say the Hoda cron, but I feel like I'm always using that in the wrong way. You know, or I'm seeing it used in the wrong way. Whereas I feel like I say that and then I instantly realize it's a Kranich cron. It's that far away I've used it from Kranich that I kind of disassociate it from him. But yeah. I love the ability. I'm going to miss that one. All right. Let's get JMK in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get Hoda in. Okay. Right, we're going to have break in 4 minutes. I might just step away for a second when that happens. Simply so that I can just essentially see how everything is in the house. Let's just do this in the meantime. Yeah, I'm not going to miss this cron. It's a sign of how bad this cron is that they brought the Special Forces one back, and I'm not even worried about that. Even with Dre being here when she wasn't last time. I don't know if this works, but I'm going to try it. Oh, you little get. Who's not taking a turn yet? Is it Snips? Must be Snips. Oh. I will not miss having a mini art attack every round over this. Right, I actually don't mind that. Please don't be feared. You aren't, are you? Although Slacker is due to take a turn. She must have got fear because she was due a turn and then she didn't take it. Come on, JMK, I need you to help Cat out here. Black has got an ult. Oof. Just... Oh, we're not in ult ourselves! Ah! I think we're dead. Yeah, one down. Oh. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah. I'm actually gutted at this one. I haven't lost a battle with JMK like this for a while. See, I haven't seen stats as well that say 5s is better, so even if we hadn't used him, I wouldn't have been inclined to throw him in here because I just feel like Mace is the better choice. Ugh. Now we're in trouble. Yeah. Am I right in thinking Dre just used a second special? If so, that's good for us. But it's not good that she's still alive. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss here on what I can do. I feel like we've been checkmated by two teams here. Best I can think is doing something along these lines where I take Bane there. D there. And I genuinely don't know what Caloran could beat, or what could beat Caloran. Phoenix is a good shout. I'd forgotten I got them available, so yeah, let's do that. Let's add them into the list. We'll keep Sion there. Phoenix that. Bane that. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've got my bow up to a Love Vader level, so I think doing it the other way around is better. I feel like I need to use Set, and that's the annoying thing though, because I need Malik if what we think is on the back wall is there. Otherwise, it's going to be just another drop. It might be. I'm certainly not holding out hope. Not giving up either, but I'm not sort of thinking, oh yeah, we're fine. Maybe that for the defense. Maybe that for both. Defense, crit damage. It's literally 9% difference. This feels like a bad call, but I feel like I've got to go through with it. I mean, I don't mind that in terms of at least she's not untargetable. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Okay, hold on. Oh, fudge you. What can you do? All right. I'm going to do something that I wouldn't have done otherwise. We were just talking about it before in the sense of Phoenix the Gungans. And I'm like, well, we're not probably going to be facing Gungans. So I want to just see, can we actually throw these in here and get away with it? So let's just get some crit damage. We'll go with that. Yeah, we just got absolutely ripped there by Dre deciding to kill us. Yeah, I'm not liking the fact that Grand Inquisitor's looking very, very close to taking a turn. Yeah, he's still not... Yeah, I'm not liking that. We're just not landing debuffs. Even with tenacity down, which is mental. Oh. He's speaking in tongues. Over there. Armor shred. Put it here in though it won't do anything of note at this point in time. Okay. Daze. Well, not Daze. The other one, Stagger. Four stacks. We got someone out. All right. Not giving up yet. I'm on the ropes, but I'm not giving up yet. One, two, three. Bit annoying that Starkiller got stunned. Also very annoying that Terran's feared. I would like a turn, please. Come on, Starkill, tell me you got a Dispel. Didn't do anything. All right, now I'm out. It wasn't a Starkill lineup. It was a Ufu's lineup. Starkiller was just joining the party. Yeah, you're not wrong. If you were doing Starkiller, it'd be BP Mara. You wouldn't really do Juhani unless it's Territory Wars. Old Ben's probably preferable in GAC. But yeah, you'd have that group. What I was doing was underline force users. So that was Sia, Cal, Malikos. And then you kind of have flex points after that. So yeah, I might have benefited from crew there, but I thought Scavray's got the really good Datacron right now, so let's try it. Yeah, wasn't worth trying it. All right. I'm going to just try and knock this down so that we get the banners for it. We'll see if we can do something on the top wall. But yeah, we're kind of dead and buried at this point. Let's throw that and that in. Potency. That'll do. Yeah, unlucky is the only way I can describe it. Sometimes you have to make your own luck, though. Right, let's just basic. That captive on trip was not welcome. I repeat, not welcome. Please don't blow up BT. Oh, we needed more. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a bit contract. This is getting worse. Yeah, BT down. That early captive just did not help. We're going to get eaten in a minute. You see, I put Torture on, but I don't see the point because I really want the BT ability. Oof. All right, we're losing something here. Wow, I got lucky. Yeah, not lucky enough. That's the first time I've lost that battle with Afra. I'm feeling a bit tilted now. Like, that one never goes wrong for me. So, yeah, I got told the other day, relics can play a part, and I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't feel like a relic issue. That feels like a FU kind of issue. Let's do that. Yeah, going to say I'm getting a little bit tilted here. Like I say, when the things that normally work for you don't, you think something's going wrong. It's a bummer because I was hoping I could win today to get back towards Khyber 1, so... Yeah, it looks like I'm having an extended stay outside of it. Also, why is it again that Asajj is the one that goes down? I'm having rotten luck when it comes to this counter. Alright, this is actually good. I don't mind this. I would like to know if Talzin's Datacron still applies when she's reviving. I hope it does. Okay, keep going. Not ideal because we wanted Talzin to stay down, but to be honest, they might be going for Daka. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Not what I wanted. I could do with bringing Asajj back, but the trouble is I could also bring Daka back, which would not be ideal. That is brilliant. Actually, that is more than brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Right, auto basic. Tell me what the level 3 is on this Datacron, because I get the feeling it could be screwed against me. I don't think it is. Asajj should ramp up. She's immune to instant defeat. We just can't afford to lose Asajj now. And I'm a little annoyed that Jabba's not TM locked, if I'm going to be frank. He shouldn't be taking turns at this point. So I don't know what I've done wrong that's letting him take turns. Oh crap, Asajj went down. I didn't see that. I mean, at this point, I might as well just let it roll, but... It's purely because I think Mon Mothma could clean it all right from here if it needed, but I'm annoyed we've got this far. See, I thought we wanted her up so that Rampage kicked in. Alright, we won. I'll have to have a look at the counter again, but I could have sworn that you wanted Asajj ramp him, and she can't do that if she's dead. Yeah, I mean, at least we got that. Yeah, it's at least something. If we throw Jedi at this... Maybe we can squeeze something out of this one. Action. Go on, we'll do that. Bit of defense. Maybe I can get to the point where Cal can insta-kill Ezra. We won't get the assist, but we can daze and increase... Oh, hang on, saying that. No. I read this the other night and I'm annoyed I forgot. You can't increase cooldowns on Ezra's allies. So that was dopey of me, but oh well. That's quite literally forgetting something I'd read the other night. Pass that there. And pass that there. Mark Ahsoka. Stun who we can. Oh, you... Oh, God, I'm getting so tilted right now. All right, let's do that. Let's pass that to Cal. To Cal. Yeah. Should have looked after JML a bit more there. Just basic. No point really. Actually, you know what? We'll try and daze Kenobi at the very least. Just slow him down a touch. Oh, is he immune to insta-kills as well? What the hell hasn't Ezra got? Seriously, what the hell hasn't he got? That is an absolute joke. Alright, I'm not getting through a wall then. Seriously, I'd rather back out and find this out. What the hell has he got in his kit that makes him immune to insta-kill? That was Exile. The Force is my ally. Yeah, fair enough. Light side allies can't have the cooldowns manipulated. I'm at a loss there. I cannot see anything that says that he is immune to instant defeat. Hang on, does that count him as well? Allied Spectres have instant defeat immunity. I mean, that is a joke. Oh, well, sod the rest of it. I mean, I can't get through Kenobi. I can't get through Slacker, so basically this guy said, F you, congrats. All right, might as well move on to Crimson. That was the most deflating GAC I think I've had in a long time. Let's go here. Actually, no, in fact, let's go here instead. I mean, I can cope with the JMK as far as, you know, that was poor preparation on my side. I could have just kept Raver for offense. But, yeah, that Blacker loss, that was like, I've not lost that one for a fair bit. So it's like, I'm just like dumbfounded. Might as well just add to the calls saying I'll be glad when the Kron's gone. All right, well, let's see if Crimson fares better, I guess. The one thing for you guys, you get to see another Kyber too. Just the other end of Kyber too. Yeah, that is bloody frustrating. Got no other way of phrasing it. It's like, yeah, just didn't go well for me, that at all. Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, I'm just a little bit dumbstruck by that. Shouldn't be, but yeah. All right, let's tick these off. 400 and 240. So we know this opponent's attack, so that's something. We're up against Damn Lambskin. Okay, interesting name. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I see another JMK on defense, I am actually going to make sure I don't take any chances. I'm just going to take Raver with me. All right, so Damn Lamb Skimmer, no younglings allowed. Let's zoom in again. There we go. All right, so I'm 11.9 here. Opponent's 13.1 mil. Datas, we're 80 behind. 80? Yeah, 80. I was doubting my own mental arithmetic then. 319 to 399. Omicron's 44 to 55. GLs were 2 behind them, 3 behind the total max. Rally units 204 to 266. Sorry, it just dawned on me. We're now at 10 Galactic Legends. I never thought I'd see the day when they first came out. Well, honestly, I thought the game might die off before then. Ralix 204 to 266. I don't know if I said that. Rally 9, 7 to 18. Rally Gates 15 to 19. Sevens 90 to 87, so only a little bit ahead there. We're behind on the 5s, 65 to 74. Mods looking alright. 25 pluses 67 to 56. 20 pluses 251 to 174. 15 pluses 420 to 389. They've got a little edge on me with Datacrons. Ooh, there's a Hondo in this bracket. I'm not too surprised with Hoth Ski Patrol, but still worth keeping note on. I say that, I can't face it anyway, but you get my point. The top player, as it were. Okay. Ethan looks kind of as you'd expect. Bit of a slow Ezra. I can't take benefit because I haven't got great mothers here, but good to keep tabs, I guess. Bloody hell. That's got to be raid mods. That is a very fast Wrecker Mercenary. Yeah, that has got to be raid mods. You would not have a 326 Wrecker Mercenary for any other reason, surely. So, yeah, this is the plan. We're going to just see what they placed and see if the plan's worth keeping. All clear, no surprises based on the score we stole. One shot Maul. Actually, let's go onto this screen. There we go. One shot Maul, one shot Slacker, one shot GG, one shot Dash. Let's just change this again for a second, because I didn't think this through before. Let's move it to about here. There we go. Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere, but you can see things then, can't you? So, yeah, so let's just go to the next wall. I mean, he could be flexing his Wrecker Mercenary, a bit of an odd flex. Love Vader got no holds. We got a drop on Finzori, and we got a drop on Rey, so I'll take both of those. And Gas, no drops. And then Qui-Gon, Queen Amidala, and the Ewoks, no drops. And then Executor, Malevolence, Leviathan, all one shot. So, let's see what we're facing. Ahsoka, Finn, Rey, Gungans. Slacker, Raver, Darth Vader, Lord Vader. I haven't said that before. Alright, so I suppose we'll find out if Darth Vader is actually decent or not, based on previous conversations. You know what? I'm going to go straight in for this because why not? Let's see if Rouge One can do it. If anything, I might be able to give someone a bit of catharsis. Light side. Don't want anything too crazy. Let's go for that one. Ad break starting a minute 25 on Twitch. I'm going to snooze it. Just give us a bit more time to do a battle or two. Right, can we get out nice and early? You aren't immune to days. I didn't know if they might bake that in for them. Who's going to be the next troublemaker? I think we'll go for Stark. Okay, maybe a miscalculation on my part. Hmm. $72. I mean, he nicks banners, but 72 for me is a clean battle in terms of not needing anything too intensive. Okay. This was the other dicey one. Essentially, the only counter I had for this, it was a mirror. A mirror. So, yeah, let's go with the mirror. I've got no idea if I win this or not. I'll go first, that helps. Oh, wow. Okay, I forgot completely about Deathmark there, so I'll take my lumps there. I've just probably lost the round on that. Yeah, I'll take my... I'll take that. That was bad. I completely forgot about Deathmark. Okay. Yeah, I just totally didn't factor it in. And oddly enough, the AI has been smart not to use it. Until now. When my Raver's down. Okay. I mean, I suppose that's something. Grand's gone for them. But it's not enough for me to hang in here. But there is Deathmark. If I could get a hit in. Oof. Submit. Might as well. Yeah, that was a complete mess on my side. I should not have AoE'd. I should have just gone basic. So as soon as I did it and I saw the Deathmark, I knew I was out. Trying to think what I can do to just try and stay in this a bit. I've got Wampa hanging around. Does Wampa do something? Essentially, not doing the AoE with GI would have given me a better chance because I wouldn't have cleansed, I wouldn't have got Deathmark, and I'd have had my damage dealer on the field. You see, I want to throw Wampa at that, but I get the feeling Wampa would just be laughed at. I'm trying to think what else might stand a chance. What's the Finn team exactly? Oh, it's got no fin Zeta. That's a big one. Let's throw Hook Cartel at this. I'll take that because it's... If I'm right, they do deal 10 health damage with the out-of-turn attacks, I think. And I was told recently to mod a certain counter for action rather than health with that in mind. Right, we definitely don't want to cleanse. That's got a cleanse, hasn't it? Yeah, we don't do that. Ugh. Alright, I don't mind the idea of 7th going out. Oh, that is true, yeah. Completely forgot about that bit. After that first battle, I just got a little bit paranoid. All right, we have got that. I get a feeling I'm going to have to base it with Jabber in a second just to get some protection up. Yeah. All right, that's 1/9 gone. All right, I'm going to ult, but I'm not going to... I'm going to ult on Raver, I think, because 9th's got 1 life left. And if we can stall, we could come back for another one. Right, cleanse. Maybe not. Yeah. Okay, I'll take that in terms of it was a cleanup, but yeah. Definitely could have done better. Alright. Mandos. Oh, I've just realised we were in an ad break. Sorry about that, Twitch. I feel like I always say, just for be on the record, that I'm not just being a ignoramus. Let's put that on bow. Right, this could be the anti-bow cron. Oof. Okay. I feel like I need to poop. I feel like OG Bow could be going any minute at this, right? Let's do that. Oh, yeah, OG Bow's gone. 16 stacks, not a lot. Yeah, bonus turn. This is like last round. I may need to rethink what I'm doing with this Crom because it's not as reliable as I would like. Yeah, IG-12's going down. Can't heal or cleanse bow. Yeah, this Crom was just not working today. Yeah, I think there's an argument, get the tank out and then go full throttle on Vader. I think I've been prioritizing Vader just for the fact that as soon as he's gone, the rest are not doing anything, but yeah, not the case here. Let's get JMK, and I feel like I need to reevaluate in a second. Probably not the only thing I need to reevaluate. Alright, let's hold her. Let's do that. I feel like Snips is the one I didn't want that to go to, so I'm actually going past that there. I know that it goes against the normal turn order, but I feel like I need her out of stun as soon as possible, otherwise... what's her face? Dre will be untargetable. Right, she's feared, but at least she can't be damaged. Right, pass that over there. She has taken a turn. I'm pretty sure she took a turn even if we didn't see it. I'm just not liking that fear on Cat. The irony is, because she's been in damage immunity, she couldn't actually cleanse it. Alright, Snip's getting feared up. Alright, that's okay. Man, oh man, Cat is just taking her time here. That would have been nice if we could have got a kill, I'm not gonna lie. Right, kill. Right, we're not losing to it twice in a stream, so I will take my whatever luck I'm getting for that. Yeah, pass that back to Kenobi so that we can then do that. Right, we can actually get max banners, potentially. It all depends if Blacker decides to kill someone. Hopefully we got enough protecting us. Like foresights, protection up, all that jazz. Yeah, that isn't good. But I just want him down. 64. Nips's banners can go away. Alright, I'm dealing with this wall for now. I want to just make sure I clear a wall. I have not cleared a wall today. I need to clear one wall. So, yeah, we need Bane here, sadly. Let's go for that. I like the fact that that Kron gives tenacity and potency up. It's small, but interesting. Doesn't make a blind bit of difference when you're exiled, but I like just knowing it was there. Right, Hu Yang wasn't being nice there, and that's fair to say. I mean, I actually thought they had to go for Bane. I was going to say, it'd be very nice if Bane got a turn. I don't think I've ever seen a Ahsoka of the White have 3 ult charges. Normally she'd use them. Right, I'm a little bit scared. Bane's looking a little worse for wear. I feel like this won't insta-kill, but I've got to try. Yeah, our health is not looking great. Wow. That was... bloody hell. I don't think I've ever seen D go into the red in this battle. Ooh. Alright, I think it's officially not my day. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to throw a Whomper at this and then I'm calling the stream, if I'm going to be frank. I have got nothing else I can do of note. I actually feel like I have been absolutely schooled today and it's not a pleasant feeling. But yeah, Wampa, you can have some fun there, but that's about it, really. I mean, I'm just speechless about that, if I'm going to be frank. I've not actually seen Seabane lose, and I know Sopper was talking about it before, but I don't know, he was talking about it with Leia. But yeah, I'm stumped. 2 GACs, 2 failures to clear a wall. That is like the worst level I can hit, if I'm being frank. You know, I at least like to get clears. So to get no clears whatsoever, that is very poor showing on my part. And there's not a damn thing I can do about it. More irritating when I've actually planned. You know, you think you've got a solid plan on paper and then it's all nah. So, yeah, I am absolutely bummed about that, I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to be a bit more optimistic on my outro here, but I'll be honest, I'm a little bit cheesed. So, I'm going to raid out to someone so that at least you can probably see some wins today, to be frank. So, let's see who we can send you to. Hang on, wrong button. Try again. Alright, I can see Braves fans on, so let's send you there, folks. Yeah, so the plan now is to be back tomorrow night, and right now, the plan is to get a bleeding win tomorrow. I mean, I'll settle for clearing the wall as a bare minimum. I just cannot believe how bad a Grand Arena can go. Alright, folks, if you're on YouTube, if you could hit the subscribe button and the like button, I'd appreciate it. And if you're on Twitch and you've not followed me, hit that button as well. But other than that, I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully it goes better. Alright, bye for now.